An award-winning television journalist and author. His book, 16 Years, 32 Ballparks, 43,000 Miles is out, and it depicts a great journey with his son, and he's joining us this morning to talk about this fantastic book just in time for our new baseball season that's just about to come out. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeff. Thank you. It's great to be here.
Nice to have you. Now, you currently are a journalist in Sacramento.
Right.
You do political coverage up there,
Yeah, cover
correct?
the Capitol, do a segment called On the Money, so we follow the money trail, and this is what I do for passion at night. I get to write and I get to talk about baseball.
Here you follow the hot dog trail.
Yeah, absolutely. Who has the best Franks in the business?
That's right. What an amazing, amazing experience. That 16 years, 32 ballparks. I mean, just the memories that you must have with your son doing this.
It's been great. We started when he was 5 years old, and we went to a couple of games when both kids were little. I have a daughter, Sarah. So we went to St. Louis, and they weren't too much in the baseball part, but they loved the fireworks. That was fun.
That's nice.
And I thought as they got older that it would be fun to kind of go around the country and do some stuff. And Matt's really into baseball. So when he was 16, we did the journey in earnest. We took about 5 ballparks during the summer, and we traveled. You know, you fly, you drive, you take the train, and get there. And then the journey is part of the destination.
Absolutely. And part of that journey, you met a lot of players along the way. I mean, some really fantastic players.
We were very fortunate. We got to meet Maury Wills from the Dodgers, Bernie Williams from the Yankees, Dave Stewart from the Oakland A's, and Boog Powell in Baltimore, who's got that great barbecue pit there.
Yep.
He loves his own cooking, you can tell.
Of course, Dave Stewart, of course, was a pitching coach for the Padres. Not recent, but he was a pitching coach for the Padres during their '98 World Series run. You went to Petco Park.
Yeah.
What did you think?
I love Petco. It's unique in the sense that you have the beach there. No other park has that.
How about that?
And so that's
about appropriate, right?
Yeah, absolutely. For San Diego, it's perfect. And I love the way they've integrated that Western metal building into the fabric of the park and designed it really well. Has a very San Diego feel to it. My favorite is San Francisco, AT&T Park, just the view of the bay.
Beautiful.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Splash hits.
Yep, Pittsburgh's beautiful. And Boston Fenway Park, historic, celebrating 100 years. My son reminds me, Dad, it must be great to go to a park that's actually older than you are.
You must be very close to him. That's perfect. You know, one of the neat things you've done in this book is for each city and each park, he has actually created little highlights in each of the cities for you. If you're not going to go see the stadium or the game, you can do other things in those cities. That's kind of a nice little touch.
Well, I call it baseball bullets, and the idea is to make it as family-friendly as possible. Not everybody in the family is going to be that much into baseball. I know that. My wife, for example, always reminds me. She says baseball's like watching paint dry. So I thought I better have something there for everybody. So if you come to San Diego and maybe you catch a Padres game, that'd be great. But if not, hey, there's Legoland, and there's the beach, and there's, you know, SeaWorld, and just a lot of fun amenities.
Is this your first book?
This is my first book.
What experiences about writing the book, the challenges of writing your first book, you know, that is quite a thing to take on, right?
You know, Jeff, it didn't start off as a book. It started off as a journey, and I took my journal because I'm a journalist, so I write. And it wasn't until we met Maury Wills that I thought, you know, this is something maybe special happening here, a chance to meet ball players. And then my son got into a lot of antics, a lot of challenging me about stuff that teenagers do. You know, they don't like to get up in the morning, and they travel 300 miles. They want to sleep in at night. So he was constantly getting into fights with me over wake-up time, bedtime, and music on the radio especially.
Nice.
We fought over that big time. Rap versus rock, you know, music wars.
What is the thing that, I mean, there's obviously touchstones in this, that emotional ties that you'll have, that you'll carry on the rest of your life. What are the things that really make this matter to not only you but the reader?
I think it's the bonding experience, the father-son experience, the dynamic. I mean, at the outset, it's a baseball book, but it's also just a father-son growing up, evolving experience kind of factor. And the fact that teenagers, you know, they don't like to talk or talk too much about what's going on in their world. But baseball's the perfect venue to loosen up and talk about what's the strategy here. Are they going to hit and run? Are they going to steal? Is a fastball coming, slider? And oh, by the way, who are you taking to the prom? And you can sort of throw that in there and lower their resistance, and maybe they even talk.
Well, and in a fast-paced world, in a world where everything is 7-second sound bites, baseball kind of goes a different way, doesn't it? It's a different kind of fabric.
It's a different kind of pace, and my son actually came to like that, the slower pace of baseball where you strategize, you can talk between pitches, you can talk between innings, carry on a conversation, and you have the dynamic of being in the ballpark and talk about father-son things as well.
You also rank the ballparks?
Yep.
Petco Park. Where'd you put Petco Park?
I think it was in the in the middle
yeah,
somewhere.
it was in the middle. Yeah,
I mean, it's a great
you're
park.
Very fair about it.
I really like it a lot. But some of the ones that you know, we talked San Francisco, Pittsburgh, Boston, Baltimore's got a great new park.
Yep.
Detroit is a terrific park, and there's just lots of them that have modern amenities. The history, and I also looked at not only the park but the neighborhoods that surround them, and is it a fun place to hang out after the game?
Yeah.
You know, Yankee Stadium, great park, but not so much the neighborhood. So you wouldn't want to necessarily stay there afterwards. So that had a factor in terms of the rankings of the ballparks.
Well, it is a great, great book. I mean, I've looked through it a little bit, but it really is a fantastic book if you're going to be going out to the, even just take it to the ballpark with your son and just flip through it, you know, and it gives a great insight into the different ballparks and the different experiences that people can have.
And hopefully a little bit of a roadmap there so people could follow the trail that we did or go their own way, but at least there's some things in every city that they can do. And I've got a book signing coming up to this afternoon.
Where are you going to be at this afternoon for people to attend?
Yeah, it's at the Barnes & Noble in the Grossmont Center.
I think we have the information here. Go ahead. Yeah,
in La Mesa. So that's from 5 to 8 today. And have a chance to meet folks who come out, and I'll personalize a copy for them.
All right, Baseball Between Us. 16 years, 32 ballparks, 43,000 miles, a roadmap to a winning father-son relationship. It really is fantastic reading. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Jeff, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being here.
Really enjoyed it.
Thank
All right,
you.
Courtney.